In the middle of the scorching Arabian desert, an empire was born, shaped by the steel of swords, unwavering faith, and black gold. Saudi Arabia didn't get to the top by accident. Its rise was forged in tribal warfare, cemented by oil, and protected by the West. While some of the population lives in the shadow of religion, the elite of the House of Saud bathe in unimaginable wealth. But behind this facade of luxury and power, there's a geopolitical game where religion, oil, and weapons and global influence are all intertwined. Let's uncover the secrets, expose the contradictions, and understand how Saudi Arabia became one of the most feared centers of power in the 21st century. In 1932, Abdulaziz ibn Saud united different clans and tribes, giving birth to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Realizing the need for an ideological foundation, he allied himself with Wahhabism, an ultra-conservative interpretation of Sunni Islam. This fusion of throne and altar became the cornerstone of Saudi Arabia, guaranteeing Ibn Saud internal control and the loyalty of his people. For external survival, Saudi Arabia allied itself with the United States oil in exchange for protection. The Saudis supplied the black gold that fueled the American industrial machine, and in return, received military, political, and economic support. But this alliance came at a price, paid with the lives of thousands of people in the Middle East, and with the perpetuation of an authoritarian regime. The roots of Saudi Arabia are deep, entangled in religious dogma and geopolitical agreements that shaped the destiny of the entire region. In 1938, a discovery in the Saudi Arabian desert would change the kingdom's destiny forever. Oil. Saudi Arabia was sitting on an ocean of black gold, transforming itself from a poor nation into one of the richest and most influential countries in the world. The great powers, thirsty for energy, bowed before the new king of oil. Today, Saudi Arabia is the world's largest oil producer, responsible for much of the fuel that powers cars, airplanes, and industries. But this power doesn't come without consequences. The global dependence on Saudi oil has become a curse, a tool of control in the hands of a regime that doesn't hesitate to use it for its own interests. Wars are funded, dictators are supported, shady deals are made, all under the shadow of oil dependence. The world needs Saudi oil, and Saudi Arabia knows it. In the Middle East, Saudi Arabia and Iran face off in a historic rivalry that shapes the region's geopolitics. On one side, Saudi Arabia, guardian of the holiest sites in Sunni Islam, allied with the West, and with pockets full of petrodollars. On the other, Shia Iran, a rising regional power, challenging the global order. This dispute goes way beyond religion. It's a struggle for power, influence, and regional dominance. Yemen, devastated by a brutal civil war, has become the main stage for this dispute, with Saudi Arabia leading a military coalition and Iran supporting the Houthi rebels. It's a proxy war, where Saudis and Iranians fight indirectly, using the Yemeni people as pawns. The tentacles of this rivalry extend throughout the region, fueling conflicts, instability, and human suffering. Saudi Arabia learned that, to protect itself, it needs a good arsenal. And when it comes to buying weapons, the Saudis don't hold back. Saudi Arabia is the second largest importer of weapons in the world. In recent years, the Saudis have spent billions of dollars on state-of-the-art military equipment, mainly from the United States, the United Kingdom, and France. But there's an important detail. Saudi Arabia buys the weapons, but it doesn't know how to make them. They depend on Western military technology and knowledge. This military dependence comes at a price. Saudi Arabia becomes hostage to the geopolitical interests of its arms suppliers, who turn a blind eye to human rights violations in exchange for billion-dollar contracts. It's a vicious cycle of violence and profit where human life is just a bargaining chip. Welcome to the world of the House of Saud, the ruling family of Saudi Arabia. It's estimated that there are over 15,000 Saudi princes and princesses, and the royal family's fortune is in the trillions of dollars. For the Saudi elite, the world is their playground. Yachts the size of cruise ships, palaces covered in gold, private jets, car collections. They show off their luxury without any limits, a slap in the face to the poverty and inequality that plagues much of the Arab world. By keeping the royal family members drowning in luxury and privilege, the king ensures their loyalty and silences any dissenting voices within his own family. While the Saudi people live under a strict moral code, the elite allow themselves every kind of excess. In 2016, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, also known as MBS, announced his ambitious plan to modernize Saudi Arabia called Vision 2030. The goal? To diversify the economy, reduce dependence on oil, open the country to tourism, and show the world a more modern and tolerant side of the kingdom. MBS promised a cultural and social revolution, with international concerts, reopened movie theaters, and women finally allowed to drive. But behind this facade of progress, the reality is very different. The crackdown on human rights activists, journalists, and critics of the regime intensified. The imprisonment of Loujain al-Hathloul and the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi exposed the regime's brutality. Vision 2030 for many analysts is more of a public relations exercise than genuine reform. Saudi Arabia is a land of contradictions. Rich but unequal, powerful but dependent, modern in appearance but medieval at its core. A country that funds terrorism, oppresses its citizens, and violates human rights, yet continues to be received with honors fit for a head of state in Western capitals. Why? The answer is simple. The world needs Saudi Arabia. Saudi oil remains vital to the global economy. As long as the United States and its allies continue to prioritize their economic and geopolitical interests, Saudi Arabia will continue to act with impunity. It's up to us, informed citizens, to pressure our leaders to take a stronger stance against Saudi Arabia. The international community needs to demand that the Saudi regime respect human rights, promote democratic reforms, and be held accountable for its crimes. Saudi Arabia is a land of contrasts, a kingdom of shadows and mysteries. We hope this video has shed some light on this key, yet controversial player in global geopolitics. Remember, truth is the first casualty of war and propaganda. It's up to each of us to seek information, question the official narratives, and form our own opinions. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Help us bring quality information to more people. Share this video with your friends, family, and on your social media. Together, we can make a difference.